Welcome to this episode of Now That's Good Chemistry, a podcast devoted to exploring chemicals in our lives. I'm your host, Susan Savage. We are broadcasting from our studio on the campus of Indian Hill High School, located in Cincinnati, Ohio. Pierce Billick, Indian Hill student, is joining us today to share how and why he memorized all 118 elements on the periodic table. Welcome, Pierce.
Thank you.
Pierce, can you share why you decided to memorize the elements on the periodic table?
Many years ago, as a gift, I received a book called The Elements, a visual exploration of every known atom in the universe by Theodore Gray, as well as a book about space by the same author. The elements looked more interesting, so I picked it up first, and I loved the format of the pages with an image, atomic number, and the chemical symbol on the left page. The image was very large, and it allowed me to see a practical use for the element or the element in its natural form. Mm-hmm. And on the right, it was an explanation of the element, its practical uses, and other interesting facts about the element. And the right page, if there was enough room, it would also contain smaller images of things that would be practical uses or other images of the element. And I went through the space book, but the format seemed less interesting, so I reread the elements again and again.
So you continue to read them over and over and over again, so that leads me to my second question. What techniques and or strategies did you employ to help with this memorization?
Of course, I read it over and over again, but I also loved having other people quizzing me on them periodically.
Okay, practicing.
Yes, and I still enjoy doing that to this day. Some people come up to me in the hallway and ask, "What's element 70?" And I'll just say ytterbium, and it's that simple.
So that's really awesome. Pierce, did you know that as you memorize new information, neurons, nerve cells in the brain, make new connections to other neurons, improving your neurological efficiency, thus improving your memory and your brain's cognitive performance? Dopamine and serotonin are two of the brain's chemicals that have a memory-boosting effect. I always say to my students, memorizing information is like lifting weights for the brain. It makes your brain stronger.
Well, I did know about the neurons part, but not about dopamine and serotonin. But now that I know that, it's good to start memorizing things early.
Yes, it absolutely is. It's very important to memorize. Now, I need to share with our listeners that Pierce has nothing in front of him. What he is about to do is coming from his brain. Pierce, are you ready to share the 118 elements from the periodic table?
Yes.
Okay, deep breath, positive thought. We got a drum roll, please, and go.
Hydrogen, helium, lithium, beryllium, boron, carbon, nitrogen, oxygen, fluorine, neon, sodium, magnesium, aluminum, silicon, phosphorus, sulfur, argon, potassium, calcium, scandium, titanium, vanadium, chromium, manganese, iron, cobalt, nickel, copper, zinc, gallium, germanium, arsenic, selenium, bromine, krypton, rubidium, strontium, yttrium, zirconium, niobium, molybdenum, technetium, ruthenium, rhodium, palladium, silver, cadmium, indium, tin, antimony, tellurium, iodine, xenon, cesium, barium, lanthanum, cerium, praseodymium, neodymium, promethium, samarium, europium, gadolinium, terbium, dysprosium, holmium, erbium, thulium, ytterbium, lutetium, hafnium, tantalum, tungsten, rhenium, osmium, iridium, platinum, gold, mercury, thallium, lead, bismuth, polonium, acetine, radon, francium, radium, actinium, thorium, protactinium, uranium, neptunium, plutonium, americium, curium, berkelium, californium, einsteinium, fermium, mendelevium, nobelium, lawrencium, rutherfordium, dubnium, seaborgium, borium, hassium, meitnerium, Dunstatium, Röntgenium, Copernicium, Nihonium, fluorovium, moscovium, livermorium, tennessine, and oganesson.
Now, That's Good Chemistry is a collaboration between the students and faculty at Indian Hill High School in partnership with TARA, Toxicology Excellence for Risk Assessment. Our technical supervisor is Indian Hill Executive Director and Technology Teacher Denny Dubs. Our script supervisor and editor is English teacher Tom Millard. Our graphic designers are student Liz George, Ryan Kennybeck, and our theme music was composed by student Preston Marks. I want to thank Pierce for joining us today. What an amazing accomplishment. I also want to thank our faculty and staff and administration at Indian Hill for the behind-the-scenes efforts and support. Until next time, I'm your host, Susan Savage.